these onion rings? It is very, very important in this recipe. I mean, if you must do this recipe, you must use it too. Else, don't just bother, okay? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good wherever you're watching from. Today, let's make some loaf of bread, okay? You all can agree with me that everything is on the rise right now and bread is not left out. This size of bread, I used to buy it for 700 naira before. It rose from that to 1,000, 1,416. Now it is 2,000. Imagine if you have a family that consume a lot of bread. How much would you be spending? So let's save some money. Firstly, let's proof the yeast. If you are not using an instant yeast, then you have to proof your yeast in a lukewarm water to be sure that it's very active. Add some flour, add some sugar, and then add the yeast. I used a tea-and-a-half spoon for this. Now, to be sure of the temperature, you can use thermometer if you have, and be sure that it is between 42 to 43 degrees C. If you don't, then dip your finger into the water and count up to 7 seconds. If it doesn't hot, then it's good to go. For this, I used 3 cups. Now, you don't have to scoop like with the main cup, else you will be over measuring. So you just use another cup as I'm doing here so that you'll be sure of your measurement. After that, I added 1 cup of sugar, that's about 50 grams, and then I added a half teaspoon of salt and nutmeg. Nutmeg is optional. That's a milk flavor there, very optional. And then I added a cup of milk or a cup of powdered milk, and I got it set. Now it is set, and I came back to check on the yeast, and I saw that the yeast has proven itself to be very active. That is why you can see the fermentation bubbles. Now we're going to incorporate the wet ingredients into the dry one. So get your hands very clean. Yes, because you're going to be using the hands a lot from now on, okay? And you want to be sure that your food is sterile, that there's no contamination. Now you're going to be adding this batch by batch so that you don't over add and would have the need to add more flour, which will alter your measurement. And in a case where you don't have flour, then everything will just batch, okay? So add it until you have a good dough consistency that you can work with. Now, this is the remnants of the yeast mixture. Like I said, if I had added everything at once, then I would be in hot soup by now. Okay, so get your surface clean and then dust it with some flour and begin to do some work. You have to get to work from this point on. I mean, this is the part that I don't like in this thing, seriously, but who am I not to do it? Okay, so I did a lot of kneading off camera, guys. You have to knead for more than 30 minutes. If you have a machine, I mean a mixer, then that will be very easy for you and very, stress-free, okay? So after kneading for like 40 minutes and gotten this consistency, it's time to add butter. You have to add the butter batch by batch, else the dough would not be nice for you to work with. I mean, you just cannot work with it if you add everything at once, okay? So add batch by batch, and also do a lot of dusting. I mean, with your flour. Dusting with flour is very, very helpful with the sticky nature of the dough until the right consistency is achieved, okay? If you're still watching to this point, it means you're finding value from this video. Please kindly do me a thumbs up. I mean, hit the thumbs up icon to like this video. Do well to use the share button to share to your family and friends, and drop me a comment in the comment section what you feel about the video. Are you going to be trying this? Do you think it's going to be a simple one for you to try out? This is baking locally, so that you don't wait until you get an oven before you bake. No, you can do this and still enjoy a very good loaf of bread, better than what you can buy outside. Or when you have kneaded to a reasonable extent. Cut out some parts and spread it apart to check the stretchy consistency. If it tears easily like this one, then it is not okay. You still have to get to some more work. Easier. Okay, so I needed for some minutes more, and then it is time to add vegetable oil. This helps in giving it more stretchy consistency, gives it that glossy look and fluffiness after baking. Okay, so when you add it, you're still going to need for some more minutes. At this point, it's becoming very, very soft and stretchy, on my hands, and this is the part that I really like when it becomes glossy like this and smooth and stretchy. I enjoy it. Like you can do this for hours, but then I have to get off this kitchen. Okay. Add more flour on the surface while you need until there is no longer a single sticking from the dough. At this point, cut out some and then spread it apart. You could see what is happening here. This has gained more elasticity. The consistency is okay now. Of course, I had to apply more pressure for it to break open, okay? But just know that there is no way it will be as the one that you needed with your mixer. That's one of the mixer will be more stretchy and more smooth. Set it aside to aerate and ferment more. Then get the baking pan ready by greasing it and then dusting it all with some flour. Then let's make the local oven ready. Okay, so pour some sand into your baking pot, set it on flame to begin to heat up. If you don't want to use sand, if you have something like stove stand, you can put it in there and use that. After 1 hour, the dough has risen more, and I just had to make a punchy hole and then, yeah, put it on the surface to knead a little more and then begin to cut. Let me tell you guys, you see the shape of this bread. It's the shape of the bread that I usually buy, and I just decided to try that shape. It's circular, but not fully in a circular shape, a bit tilted by the side, and then there's something on top. But then you guys know that these guys use mold. So we are not using mold here. So anyhow, we'll just make this shape. It might not come out the perfect form of what the one I used to buy, but that is the shape. Okay, I'm just using a baking pan that is not even the size of that is bigger than the size of the bread. So assuming it's even the size of the bread, maybe it will help to form it more. But however it is, we are going to mold it. It's going to be round and tilting. Okay. So it's not for commercial people. Yeah, those guys, they use mold. So that's why it comes out almost perfect. Yeah. So this is the pan. This pan is way bigger than this, but what am I going to do? I'll make use of what I have, okay? So now this is the part that I'm going to use for the circular one on top. You just roll it out and then fold in and then just do the circular thing anyhow you want to do it. Just get a ring kind of shape. Like, is it a snaky kind of shape? Okay, so just use your discretion and do this. And then take it up gently and place it on this mother dough. Put it by the side, like it has to tilt a bit downwards. And then you cover it and take it aside for 30 minutes to rise. And this is it after 30 minutes, guys. And so time to just brush it up with some vegetable oil just to add that glossy look. Okay, it's also optional. You may avoid this. Have you given this video a thumbs up? Now the cocoa is this ring onion. You have to add it. I repeat, you have to add it because the flavor that this onion rings gave to this, yeah, hi, it was distinctive. I mean, my house was like, you know the flavor, you know the aroma that oozes from bread baking, plus the onion all now added together. I cannot explain it. It's something that you need to experience, okay? So you just have to go and try this. Kai, guys, see bread now. Who says you cannot bake locally and achieve the best loaf of bread ever? Look at the shape now. Did it not tilt downwards? Without the mold, we got this. This is, guys. At this time, you can come out the onion rings, you can chew it or you can throw it away. But this one, it was a bang. He added a banging flavor to this, guys. I'm not kidding you. Just go and try it. Have you shared this video already? Please click on the share button and begin to share this video. Like this video, drop a comment. In fact, have you subscribed? Please hit the subscribe button and subscribe. It is free. Let us see now. I'm feeling the fluffiness. My mouth. My mouth is salivating. Guys, can you see? Look at bread. They go do no bread. Look at the fluffiness of this bread. So smooth. Like normally I'm not the bread type, but you see this bread, I was biting it every now and then. I was pinching on it. But it still served me for 4 days, yeah. But if you have a large family, you might do this in a larger quantity and store it up in your freezer. Your bread can last up to 3 months to 6 months in your freezer if you have constant light. But outside of your freezer, you can stay up to 7 days in your fridge. Outside of the fridge, within 4 to 5 days, please consume because we are not using any preservative, okay? Now let us drink some tea. Why we not going to drink tea with this bread? Make una see am. And are you that village girl like me that has to? I must soak my bread into tea. If not, that tea never start to the tea me. Okay, so do you do this? Let me know in the comment section. But guys, just go and try this recipe. See you in my next one. Bye.